For every bunny out there who realizes they're a couple goodies short of the perfect Easter basket, Walgreens has great gifts with pickup in as little as 30 minutes. So finish filling your Easter baskets in one quick hop at Walgreens.
Restrictions apply to pickup. See walgreens.com/pickup for details.
Today, we begin a new chapter in American history, really a renewed chapter. The American people are taking their legal system back. A legal system and a legal profession which is corrupt to the core. Corrupt judges, corrupt lawyers, corrupt government officials. And remember that most people in Congress are lawyers, including the President of the United States, if you want to call him that, Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is the target of our grand jury. We're holding it today. You can tune in at freedomwatchusa.org or crowdsource the truth and watch it. It begins at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. It will continue on. We will be meeting every Thursday. Joe Biden is the first target. We are seeking his indictment for a massive bribery scheme from China, Ukraine, and endangering the American people with regard to the immigration crisis at the border, where people are pouring across, illegal aliens infected with COVID-19, drug dealers, criminals of all sorts. We are rising up, the American people. We're not going to take it sitting down. The ultra left, with its tools, Joe Biden, the brain dead alleged president, Kamala Harris, the evil witch, lying alleged vice president, have destroyed this country in 8 short weeks. But we aren't going to sit it taking down. We're going to be peaceful and legal. We're rising up, just like our founding fathers. We're reclaiming our legal system. We're going to hold the guilty accountable. We will indict. We will try. We will sentence. And we will seek to mete out those sentences peacefully and legally. And we have a right to do so. You can read about it historically and legally in my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, which you can get at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, at Freedom Watch with a contribution of $50 or more. Helps us do our work. You can get it for free. This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't rise up ourselves with the grace of the Father and the Son, our country will be gone forever. And in this country right now are a bunch of hoodlums, criminals, and degenerates, in addition to the political class when they're included in all three. We're going to form a new political party. I'm going to do that in a separate organization and call it the New American Independence Party. And we are moving on. On May 31st of this year, we're going to hold a third Continental Congress. We will declare a new government by and for the people, with judges who are not put there through political campaign contributions and other bribes, and that's what it is, with an electoral system that gets representatives not based on fraud, but based on real votes that are verifiable, cleaning out the deep swamp in both political parties and the executive branch, coming up with an independent Justice Department that isn't beholden to the political interests. So groups like Freedom Watch and my former group, Judicial Watch, which basically just gets documents today, we do the hard hitting with hard-hitting cases and citizens' grand juries at Freedom Watch. So we don't even need that anymore. This is what we need to do. We need to move on, and we need to reestablish a country by and for the people, because as it says in the Declaration of Independence, when the government, so-called government in this case, it's not legitimate, no longer represents the American people, that we have a right under the laws of nature and nature's God to alter or abolish that government and to form a new government by and for the people with equal rights for everyone, for life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Now, we can see what's going on in Miami Beach these days. That's my home state, Florida. Destruction. Media won't even call it for what it is. They ignore who committed this destruction. And we got a problem among our youth, not just African-American youth, but all youth. They've not been taught the right things. We need to educate. In Miami Beach, it's predominantly African-American youth. Today, there's reports that a young white woman was killed, drugged, killed, raped, etc. Media won't talk about racial issues because if they do, they're called racists. Well, you know, everybody's equal in this country. Everybody needs to account for their own group. No group is perfect, but we have to talk about it. And if we're going to ever unite, then we have to face reality. My own group, the Jewish people, I'm a Jewish Christian. The Jewish left, I talk about it all the time. They are the disciples of Karl Marx, of Leon Trotsky, of Saul Alinsky, and of George Soros. They are very destructive people. They are a problem. They must be dealt with. They don't represent most of the Jewish people. They don't. They're a small minority, but they're radicals. And we need to legally and peacefully stop them from trying to destroy this country, along with radical Muslims, radical blacks, radical LGBTQs, radical feminists, radical atheists. Radicals of every group are attempting to destroy this country, but we will rise up, not only establishing our legal system, reestablishing it by and for the people, but holding the guilty accountable and educating the American people on the way it is to live. You know, there's been a lot of talk these days about unidentified flying objects. It's clear they exist. It's clear that people from other civilizations, if you want to call them people, we don't know what they are, have visited and are here amongst us. That is not a crazy thought. The report's coming out on June 1st from the government, which will show that. They're hovering over military installations in other places. Who knows what's in store? They don't seem to be dangerous, but they're observing the complete destruction of this earth. And they understand, probably understand, what the ramifications are. So at least we, the American people and the people of the world, can get our act together. Because you know what? There are people from other worlds who look at what we're doing, and frankly, they're afraid of our conduct. It's clear. So that's my message for today. Not far-fetched. With the help of the Father and the Son, we will reclaim this country, but we have to make sacrifices. You just can't sit around and watch Sean Hannity like it's an addicted drug and do nothing. There were people out there that used to listen to Rush Limbaugh that way, you know, and I love Rush Limbaugh. Rush was doing his part, but the people that listened to him and then did nothing were in fact doing nothing for this country. We now need to rise up. We cannot be afraid. Our founding fathers pledged their fortunes, pledged their sacred honor, and risked their lives and gave their lives to form a new nation. We are now going to have to do the same thing. Let's be clear about it. That's my message for today. Listen and watch our citizens' grand juries, which begin at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern at freedomwatchusa.org and crowdsourcethetruth.com. You can watch them on both networks, and they will be recorded so you can see them if you don't have a chance to watch them today. God bless you. God bless your family. God save your family. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast, A Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman. Until then, thank you for listening to me.
Are you a gig worker or self-employed? Womply has helped over 100,000 small businesses get a PPP loan. You may qualify for up to $41,000 in 100% forgivable loans. The program ends soon and funds are limited. Apply now at womply.com/apply. That's womply.com/apply. Are you a gig worker or self-employed? Womply has helped over 100,000 small businesses get a PPP stimulus loan, and you may qualify for up to $41,000 in 100% forgivable loans. The program ends soon and funds are limited. Apply now at womply.com/apply. That's womply.com/apply.